Good morning, everybody. Today we're going to actually dispel some rumors about chocobo breeding. So to do that, I have a couple save files that we're going to use for this. Note that RNG manipulation is going to be used in this. My frame might be different than your frame. So if one frame doesn't work for you, try the next one. The easiest way to advance the frame is going to just be to feed one additional crack of green. So for the frame I want to hit here is I'm going to mate a black with a green to get another black. In order to do that, for my save file I need to feed 3 to move the RNG. Enough. It does not matter what order you talk to them for this. We do need to use a Zeio Nut. Carob Nut will only get you green or blue for this particular pairing. Carob only will produce a black offspring if you mate a green and a blue one. So that's how you can get yourself another black one if you released your river chocobo. Now, the next thing I want to show is that the track is going to be the same. So if you notice, that was a black male where it took the higher color. So what we're going to do this time is we're going to feed 3 greens again. And that might be a bit too slow, but we'll find out. And this time, what we're going to do is we're going to mate a green and a gold. Now, common internet guides from the past will say this isn't a valid pairing. You can't get anywhere and you get like a random scramble of colors. This is actually not true. If you were to use a Carob Nut with that pairing, you can get green or gold. You're not going to get a black. If you use a Zeio Nut, you have a 50% chance of getting a gold for this particular pairing. And notice how I use the same frame, and it should be a male. Yep. I have like a whole spreadsheet of data where I tested several frames, and it was identical across that. Just to prove it one more time, this time what we're gonna do, we're gonna do 3 greens. And this time I'm not even going to feed it to one that I'm using. That way it also dispels that rumor at the same time. So I'm going to do that. And this one will be a gold male. And then I'll show you that frame 0 of this river plus gold is going to result in a river female. So we're going to do a frame 0, which means we're going to not feed any crack of greens at all. We're going to just do it natively. So after this produces my blue female, what we're going to do is I'm going to do the same thing, except I'm going to talk to the blue one first. Just to show you that it does not, in fact, matter what order the parents are for this. The only time it actually is going to matter is if you're trying to take a shortcut where you're doing the wonderful plus great instead of the standard or great plus as good or great. And that one you absolutely have to do the great first instead of the wonderful, or it'll try and take a different path. So you're going to have 0 chance at mutation that way, compared to a 25% chance of getting a colored one. And see how it's a blue female again, just with that. So now that shows you that they follow the same path that's predictable, what we're going to do now is we're going to demonstrate that you can in fact mate a wonderful chocobo with a gold chocobo, and you can get the speed boost. For this one, I'm going to feed 2 cracker greens because I know that that's what my frame target is. It will not matter what order I talk to them. As an aside, you can in fact use a Carob Nut. You will always get a green chocobo from this pairing. I've never gotten a river out of 12 attempts, which leads me to believe that it's either statistically very unlikely to get or impossible to get. And just to show, because I want to make sure to actually show you proof, I'm going to actually take it to the gold saucer to show you that this is a max 176 yellow chocobo. Because my female is a 176. And 176 is in fact the hard cap for a chocobo you can have, regardless of color also. Tio will not be in the race since it's a Class C race, but it should be noted that Tio will be 10% faster, not plus 25 like some really old guides may have said. I can't remember if I mentioned it or not, but late game, when you have chocobos that are where you have one that's a perfect 176 and another one that's like 150-ish or 140-ish, 5 silkies may very well be enough to max out your chocobo. So if it only takes 5, and then it stops increasing its speed, you should still check it, because it very well may have been a mutation, because I've missed it when I was checking for that before when I was doing research, because my green chocobo is like 150. So this will be a yellow one, and it should be 176. I'm not going to actually do the race. Let's see. Yellow 176. Okay. So now what we're going to do is we're going to use this save, and we're going to produce a gold chocobo with that same pairing. And just to prove that it won't matter that I feed it to this one instead of my other one, I'm going to do that. And I'm also going to talk to the wonderful chocobo first instead of the gold chocobo. Actually, I will go to the gold saucer because I do want to find out if it kept the 176 by doing that, or if I hit a different speed frame. I'm pretty certain it's going to be the same speed frame that I needed, but yeah. I don't know how many greens it actually would have taken. I just wanted to make sure I used more than enough to show you that it is a 176 frame. But since the wonderful Chocobo I'm using has around 117, 118 speed, it's definitely going to be more than 5. It probably is more than 5. So I'll do this, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the green plus gold pairing to generate a green 176. I'm pretty sure I can generate a 176 green on this same frame. On frame 2. We're going to double check that, but I'm 99% certain I can generate that with this save file. If my green is the opposite, if I have a green that is male, since my gold is a female that I'm using. So remember, for this one, we actually did not feed either parent, and we picked the wonderful first. And see, we can see I still got the 176. So it did not matter. So now, we should be able to do frame 2 for a green Chocobo that is a 176. Let's see, which file was that? I think it was this file. Hope it was this file. If it was the other file, that's... I might get the wrong frame just because I accidentally was a little slow on feeding the green. We'll find out. But I think this should be a 176 green male. Should be. And this time, because I know what the parents are, just to prove that you might get it in 5 or less, I'm going to try feeding another Silkies just to show you. See, so it's already at the max speed that it can possibly be at. And that should be 176, not 168. According to my calculations. This is also why every time before you breed chocobos, you want to save. Because this way you can then try feeding 0 greens first, then 1 green, 2 green, etc. until you get both the color you want and the gender. And then if it's the first one of the pair that you're wanting to do, that you also get the speed mutation. Speed mutation is a 20% likelihood approximately to happen. If you're using the wonderful and great, then you want to take the extra time to manipulate the first parent. And don't worry about what gender it is, but you do want to worry about making sure that you got the speed mutation. Oh shoot, it was a different frame. Okay, so it was a different frame. Shoot. It was a different frame roll. Okay. Oh well. But anyway, you can get whatever color the parents are is the only choices you'll get with Zeio Nut, unless you use black plus wonderful. Carob Nut can never produce anything higher than a green / blue chocobo unless you specifically pair a green plus blue. And tracks will always be the same across the different colors, as far as if you're going to get a male or female, and then whether the color changed or not. So hopefully that gives you a lot of insight to this, and we're going to end the video there.